Thought I'd do a quick video of the part I'm doing. So I got to thread these rods. I have 300 to do. So because this is so thin, it needs to be supported with the tailstock. So the first stop, I put a center drill in, and this was out of the way, and then I used the center drill up here. But on the next stop, when it comes to threading, I mean, I could, in some machines I could do this all in one op, but this machine I can't, because the tailstock on this machine is manual, and because of the way the jaws are, I wouldn't be able to feed the material in. So I made this insert on the wire EDM. So basically I can thread the rod in through here to the side of the jaws, just like that, and then I drop this insert in. Use my depth gauge, clamp it, and then I can put my tailstock there. Most machines, or the newer machines, have a little nub that sticks out the bottom of the x-axis, and that will grab the tailstock and let you move it around. But this machine is manual and it would just take way too long. So using the insert works really well. And then my center, I had to turn back a little bit so my threading tool will fit. And then threading's really simple. On Fanuc, you use G76. So I'm doing a 1/2 inch thread. So I started just before 1/2 inch. And then this first line is kind of the parameters of how you're going to thread. So 0-1 is one finish pass, or you can call those spring passes. 0-0 is how it retracts out, which this one just rapids out. And then 60 is the angle of the thread, because it infeeds at an angle. Q2, I think I can leave that one off on this line. R is our finish allowance, and then the second line is a thread length, the minor diameter, the radial depth, and our roughing allowance, and then the feed or the pitch of the thread. And then I just move out of the way, turn coolant off, turn the spindle off. So put it back to auto, press go. So I can't really show it running because it would just spray coolant everywhere. But it's a really fast cycle. So just like that, moves out of the way, coolant stops, and then I can retract my tailstock. And then checking the parts, I mean, it all depends how many I'm doing. Like this job I'm doing 300. So I just check these with a nut every 10. And then if the nut doesn't thread on, then I know the last 10 could be bad. But because it's just a regular 1/2 inch course, I can run a die down those. So this is the rest of the job. So I've done about 250 so far. If I wanted to do if I was doing these all the time, then the best way would be a thread rolling machine. And then the next best way would be on the lathe with a thread rolling attachment. And then next step down would maybe be a die. But dies can be hit and miss. Even if you got a die holder, sometimes they start going off. But there's only 300, so lathing them between centers works. So make sure you subscribe. This machine is doing another project. Basically all it's doing is these Pokemon plaques. So I've got I'm making the original Pokemon poster, like 150. And this thing just runs in the background because it's basically doing nothing all day, and I can run the other machines. Plus I got a V12 engine that I'm turning into a motorcycle, and I'm basically making everything, the transmission, the electronics, the whole motorcycle, and I'm going to use the YEDM to make the transmission for it. So subscribe. Thanks.